So both of these clubs say 7 on the bottom. But what if I told you that maybe the golf industry aren't telling you the whole truth about these two clubs? So the reason for me making this video is I've had a client come to see me who hadn't played golf for over 20 years, but has been and hit some new irons and is super excited about how far the ball goes with the modern equipment. But maybe when he was at the facility he was at, and I don't think it was necessarily a custom fit, but maybe he didn't get the information, all the information he needed to get a proper picture as to why the ball was going that much further. And I want you guys to fully understand this, just so when you buy equipment, you're buying it for the right reasons and not necessarily having stuff hidden from you. So like I said, he hadn't played golf for over 20 years. So I've got a 7-iron. So this is my 7-iron that I used to use in, listen carefully, 1991. So I'm sure most of my viewers were probably playing golf then. Not too many of them wouldn't have been born. But I'm gonna hit a couple of 7-irons with this, and let's look at how this 7-iron from 91 performs. But that one kind of launching quite high. Strike felt solid, 84 mile an hour club head speed, 105 ball speed, 7,700 spin, and 136 yard carry, and 139 total. Now, I know that for that 7-iron, that is about how I would expect that to perform. But I'm now going to get another 7-iron. So one of the more modern 7-irons, and kind of have taken it to its fullest performance spec here. And let's hit this 7-iron, let's see the difference. But remember, these are both 7-irons on the bottom of the club. So considerably bigger, much bigger, thick top line. But that one launching much lower, felt like a rocket off the face. So 86 mile an hour club head speed, ball speed nearly 120, launching at 18 degrees, spin at 3,900, carry at 181, and total at 194. Now I know what you're thinking, 136 to 181 carry, that is absolutely game changing. And I agree. And the excitement is, well, they're both 7-irons, aren't they? They might both have 7 on the bottom, but not created equally. So my old 7-iron is actually 38 degrees of loft. Now this 8-iron is 28 degrees, but I can also, with the fitting head, make it 2 degrees stronger, so 26 degrees. So if we look 12 degrees difference, which in theory is 3 to 4 clubs different, so then we start seeing that's the real reason in the distance. Now don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want too many golfers using a 7-iron like that. So let's get rid of that, that's horrible. Great for improving my centeredness of strike, but once we get a 7-iron like this in our hands, the size of the head makes you feel confident that you don't have to flush it. So then because of that, you know that you can put that swing on it, and anything solid strike-wise is gonna be super quick ball speed. The bigger head maybe allowing you to swing a little quicker, so more club head speed, more ball speed, launching great, spinning low, carrying at 186 and rolling out nearly 200 yards. So I know what you're thinking. I need to tell you what this one is, don't I? Well, don't worry about that. Now, what I would say is it's the lack of loft that's giving the distance. So I don't love the fact that the manufacturers just put 7 on it. And I think the danger that we're getting to with some of the equipment is the 7-irons are becoming such strong loft that if you're somebody who doesn't have lots of club head speed, even with a good strike, you're just not going to launch the ball up in the air. And as a result of low spin, the ball's going to drop out of the air too quickly and go nowhere. And I do think a lot of golfers, once you're getting into 28, 26 degrees, they've not got enough speed to get it going, and it can be quite demoralising that they can't hit 7-iron. But what the manufacturers are doing is we're taking loft off the club. Now, less loft gives more ball speed, also reduces backspin, both of which are going to help the ball go further. So if you just want a club that bombs the ball, absolutely get that super crank 7-iron and the ball's going to go miles. But what you have to remember is if I'm hitting 7-iron 185 carry and it's 10 yards difference per iron, my 8-iron is going to be 175, 9-iron 165, pitching wedge 155. Now all of a sudden then, there's a massive gap from pitching wedge to sand wedge where there might be 2 or 3 other wedges go in. So it's really important that when you're trying the product, not just to look at that and think, right, okay, that was great, that one went a long way. Can I swing even harder at this one? And I feel I've got a little bit more club head speed. Nearly 90 mile an hour, not the best strike, but ball speed's still very impressive and the carry's right out there still. So the modern equipment's fantastic, but you do have to remember that just because something says 7 on the bottom, it's a little bit irrelevant of what that says on the bottom. It's what you're turning it into at impact. And I think the manufacturers do a great job at getting the center of gravity low in the head to get the ball up in the air a little bit more. But if I were to say that the 7-iron in this set is actually pretty much the same, with this setup, is the same loft as the 4-iron in my set from 1991, I think straight away you can understand where it might be easy to find that extra 30 yards. So this isn't a video to talk you out of custom fitting. This is a video to make you go, get fitted correctly for product. Ask the right questions so that when you do pick up 15, 20, 30 yards extra, you understand that yes, the equipment is helping. How is it helping? And if it becomes that 7-iron is then your longest club in the bag where it might have been 5-iron, you might end up still buying 7-irons. They've just got different numbers on the bottom. But remember, if you make the purchase, you purchase for the right reasons, help you play better golf, but don't be misled by some of the stuff out there in the industry. Ask the questions, get the answers you need, and then put the stuff in your bag that ultimately helps you play the best golf you can.